Let us start with structural organization in animals. There are about 200 types of cell in our body. Cells with similar function and structure together form a tissue. Cells form tissue form tissue system, then tissue system form organs, where organs all together form an organism. Term tissue was coined by Bichat in zoology, and in botany it was already given by Engrue in anatomy. Structure of tissues is called as histology. The term histology was coined by Mayer. Tissues were first seen in coelenterata. Now let us discuss the types of animal tissues. Animal tissues are of four types: epithelium tissues, connective tissue, muscular tissue, nervous tissue. Now let us discuss the first animal tissue, that is epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissues. The epithelial tissue have different shape which have cells which are compactly arranged on the non-cellular layer called as basement membrane. Here we can see the structure of basement membrane. Basement membrane has two layers. First is basal lamina, which is made up of mucopolysaccharides and glycoproteins, and second layer is known as reticulate lamina, which is made up of reticular fibers. Now let us discuss about types of epithelium tissue. The first type is simple epithelium. It has single layer of cells resting on a basement membrane. In simple epithelium, first type is simple squamous epithelium. They have thin flat-like cells called pavement epithelium, which are polygonal in shape. They are found in Bowman's capsule, alveoli, lymph vessels, loop of Henle, wall of blood vessels, and coelomic epithelium. These help in filtration, exchange of material, exchange of gas and excretion. Here you can see the structure of simple squamous epithelium. Then let us move on to second type, which is simple cuboidal epithelium. Here they have single layer of cube-like cells called cuboidal epithelium, and some may have finger-like projection called microvilli, which give brush border appearance. They are found in thyroid follicles, alveoli, PCT, ovaries, and testes. They help in reabsorption due to presence of microvilli. They can secrete glands also. Here you can see the structure of brush bordered cuboidal epithelium, and here is a normal cuboidal epithelium. Then let us move on to columnar epithelium. Here they have single layer of tall and slender cells lying on a basement membrane. The nuclei are elongated and placed at the bottom. Some cells are modified into goblet cells and secrete mucus. Some columnar epithelium may have brush border appearance. Here is the structure of columnar epithelium. These columnar epithelium are found in stomach and intestine. They help in absorption and secretion. The next type of epithelium is ciliated epithelium. Ciliated epithelium is of two types. Ciliated cuboidal epithelium, it is seen in small bronchioles. Here is the structure. And ciliated columnar epithelium, which is seen in fallopian tubes and respiratory tract. Here is the structure. Then next type of epithelium is pseudostratified epithelium. It has only one single layer of cells, but it appears as it has many layers. It is seen in urethra of human male, large ducts of glands like parotid salivary gland, trachea, and large bronchi. Then next type of epithelium is glandular epithelium. Now there are two types of glands with respect to cell number. Unicellular, found in alimentary canal, known as mucous cells or mucocytes. Then multicellular glands, they are found in salivary glands, sweat glands, gastric glands, sebaceous glands, etc. Mode of pouring of secretion. First is exocrine glands. They have ducts, example mucus, saliva, earwax, oil, milk, digestive enzymes like salivary glands, gastric glands, intestinal glands, oil glands, mammary glands, tear glands, etc. Then endocrine glands. These lack ducts. They produce hormones which directly flow into blood. Example thyroid, pituitary, adrenal, and hypothalamus. Then heterocrine or mixed gland. They have both exocrine and endocrine glands parts. That means example which is seen in pancreas and gonads. Gonads like testes and ovary. And then mode of secretion is of three types. First is holocrine. The whole cell disintegrates. Example sebaceous gland. Then apocrine. Apical portion of cell it disintegrates. Example mammary glands, axillary sweat glands. Then merocrine. The secretion just released through the diffusion and no part of cell disintegrates. Example pancreas, salivary glands, intestinal glands, and sweat glands. Now let us discuss about types of glandular epithelium. First is simple glands. Simple tubular, which is found in intestine. Simple alveolar, mucous glands in skin of frog. Poison glands in toad. Then simple coiled tubular, sweat glands. Branched tubular, example gaseous glands in stomach. Then branched alveolar, sebaceous gland, oil. Then compound tubular gland, mammary glands of protherians. Compound saccular or alveolar glands, salivary glands. Compound tubulo-alveolar or tubulosaccular, found in mammary glands, pancreas, parotid salivary glands, Copper's glands, and Botulin glands. Now let us move on to compound epithelium. It consists more than one layer of cells which help in mechanical strength, chemical, thermal or osmotic stress. It is of two types: stratified epithelium, transitional epithelium. Stratified epithelium lines salivary pancreatic ducts. It is of two types: stratified non-keratinized epithelium lines buccal cavity, pharynx and esophagus, whereas stratified keratinized epithelium lines most of the dry surface area of skin. Then transitional epithelium, it lines the inner surface of urinary bladder and uterus, which helps in holding the uterus and which is elastic in nature. Now let us discuss about cell junctions. First is tight junctions known as John-Muller lens, help substances to stop leaking. Then gap junction, these facilitate cell to communicate each other and cytoplasm of each other will be exchanged here. Then adhering junction known as macula adherens or desmosomes, they have microfibrils called tonofibrils which help in adhesion of neighboring cells like a comb. Then hemidesmosomes, these help in joining epithelial cells to the basal lamina. Now let us discuss about second type of tissue known as connective tissue, which has three types: loose connective tissue, dense connective tissue, specialized connective tissue. First let us discuss about loose connective tissue. First, in loose connective tissue, first type is areolar tissue. It is most widely distributed tissue found beneath the skin. Cells found in areolar tissue are follows. Fibroblasts, they produce and secrete fibers and matrix. Macrophages or microcysts, they ingest the cell debris, bacteria and foreign matter. Then mast cells, they produce histamine, heparin and serotonin. Then plasma cells produce antibiotics. Fibers of matrix are of two types: white collagen fiber, yellow collagen fiber. White collagen fiber is made up of collagen, shown in bundles, unbranched and inelastic. Then boiling of collagen yields gelatin. Yellow elastic fibers, they are made up of elastin. They are branched and elastic, remain unaffected when boiled. Here you can see the structure of an areolar tissue and its cells. Then let us move on to adipose tissue, fat storing connective tissue. Adipose tissue is aggregation of fat cells or adipocytes. First type of adipose tissue is white adipose tissue, which contains single large droplet of fat, most common adipose tissue, which is unilocular. That means one droplet means unilocular. Then second type of tissue, adipose tissue, is brown adipose tissue. It has many small droplets of fat, that is multilocular, contains abundant mitochondria and iron containing cytochrome pigment. Due to this pigment, it appears like brown color. It is mostly found in newborn babies and hibernating mammals. Brown fat is not substitute of food. Leptin is a hormone produced by adipocytes. It regulates the body fat and weight. Here is a diagram of both monolocular and unilocular, that is white adipose and brown adipose tissue. These adipose tissues are found beneath the skin: heart, kidney, eyeballs, blubber of whale, elephants, hump of camel and fat bodies of frog. It helps as fat reservoir, shock absorbing cushions, insulator, prevent heat loss from the body. Now let us move on to dense connective tissue. First is dense regular connective tissue. The collagen fibers are present in a row between many parallel bundles of fibers. There are two types: tendons, ligament. Tendons, they are inelastic in nature, join muscle to bone, made up of white collagen fibers. Ligaments, elastic in nature, connect bone to bone, made up of bundles of elastic fibers and few collagen fibers. Now dense irregular connective tissue. The collagen fibers are oriented differently. This tissue is present in the skin. Now third type of connective tissue is specialized connective tissue. In that, first is skeletal connective tissue. which is in skeletal connective tissue. The first type is cartilage. The matrix of cartilage is solid and are present in fluid-filled spaces called as lacunae. Lacunae contain cartilage-forming cells known as chondrocytes. Now, types of cartilage and its location. Hyaline cartilage, which is fiberless and glass-like structure, which is translucent, occurs in larynx, nasal septum, tracheal rings, and costal cartilage. When white fibrogen, thick dense bundles of collagen fiber between row of chondrocytes. They are seen in lacunae. In lacunae, they occur between vertebrae. Then nucleus pulposus, present only in center of intervertebral cells. Yellow fibrous cartilage or elastic cartilage. They contain a dense network of elastic fibers between scattered chondrocytes found in eustachian tube, epiglottis, and pinna of ear. Then calcified cartilage, initially the hyaline cartilage, but they become strong due to deposition of calcium salts in the cartilage. They are found in suprascapula of frog, pubis of pelvic girdle of the frog. Then let us move on to the second type of specialized connective tissue or skeletal connective tissue, that is bone. The hard connective tissue without flexibility, where it consists 70% of inorganic and 30% of organic matter. If bone is kept in HCl, it gets decalcified and becomes soft, and nothing happens when we put this bone in KOH. Structure of bone. Matrix consists of salts like calcium phosphate and calcium carbonate. Proteins like ossin and collagen fibers are present in matrix. Longitudinal canals in solid matrix is called Haversian canals. Each Haversian canal contains anteriorly an artery, a vein, lymph vessels, a nerve, and some bone cells. The matrix is in the form of layers called as lamellae. These lamellae are placed in fluid-filled spaces called as lacunae, and lacunae contain bone cells called osteocytes. In long bones, there are cavity called bone marrow, which is a soft and sesamoid fatty tissue. Bone marrow in some bones are sites of RBC, WBC platelets production. Here is the structure of bone. We have two types of bone here, compact bone and spongy bone. Compact bone is present in hypophysis and spongy bone is present in epiphysis. Compact bone, it consists of Haversian canal. Then Haversian canals are connected to each other by Walkman canals. Then spongy bone, the end of long bones are called as spongy bones. They consist of a network of many fine irregular bony plates or trabeculae. It has red bone marrow. Spongy bone is also called as calcareous bone. Now let us discuss about types of bones. First is cartilaginous bones or endochondral bones or replacing bones. They are formed by replacing cartilage. Example: humerus, femur, vertebral, ribs, girdle bones except clavicle. Chondrocytes are cartilage ear cells. Then membrane or investing bone or dermal bone. They are formed in dermis of the skin and are inverted over the already present cartilage. Example: skull bone, clavicle. Then sesamoid bone. They are formed by ossification of the tendons. Example: patella or kneecap. Then pisiform bone, wrist bone. Then fourth type of bone is visceral bone. Here associated with internal visceral organs like os caudis, heart of deer, os falciparum, palm of mole, os penis, penis of rat and carnivores, os palpebrae, eyelids of crocodile, os rostalis, snout of pig. Now let us see the differences between bone and cartilage. Bone matrix is made up of ossin. Cartilage matrix is made up of chondrin. Consists salts like calcium phosphate and carbonate. Consists calcium salts only in calcified cartilage. Matrix contains concentric lamellae. Matrix is homogeneous mass. Osteocytes are irregular and give branchings. Chondrocytes are oval and devoid of branching. Lacunae have caniculae. Lacunae lack canaliculi. Bones grow by division of osteoblasts. Cartilage grow by division of chondroblasts. Surrounded by tough sheath called periosteum and surrounded by firm sheath known as perichondrium. Now let us discuss about dry bone and decalcified bone. Dried bone, it is dried by subjecting to high temperature. Here bone treated with dilute HCl. They do not have bone marrow, they have bone marrow. They contain mineral matter, only organic matter is left. Living structures are absent, living structures are present. Now let us move on to fluid connective tissue. Blood and lymph are fluid connective tissue devoid of fiber in matrix. Fluid connective tissue helps in transport of nutritive elements, gases, excretory products, hormones, etc. Now third type of tissue is known as muscular tissue. It has three types: skeletal, smooth, and cardiac. Muscles are made up of long cylindrical fiber like cells called as muscle fibers. Muscle fibers have long thread-like proteinaceous fibrils called as myofibrils in cytoplasm called sarcoplasm. Muscle fibers are capable of contraction and relaxation, which are responsible for the movement of body. Now let us discuss three types of muscles: skeletal muscle, smooth muscle, and cardiac muscle. Skeletal muscle, cylindrical; smooth muscle, spindle; cardiac muscle, cylindrical. Then they are uninucleated, they are uninucleated, they are uninucleated. Here nuclear peripheral, here nuclear central, and here also central. They show light and dark bands, they do not show, they show faint light and dark bands. Fibers are unbranched, here branched and branched. Here intercalated discs are absent, here intercalated discs are absent, here intercalated discs are present. They get fatigue easily, they do not fatigue. Here they never get fatigue. They are voluntary in action, they are involuntary, they are involuntary. They are found in limbs, body wall, face, neck, etc. They are found in esophagus, stomach, intestine, lungs, urogenital tract, urinary bladder, blood vessel, iris of eye, etc. These are found in cardiac muscle. Cardiac muscles are found in walls of heart. Now let us move on to the last tissue known as nervous tissue or neural tissue. Neurons are the functional units of nervous tissue. Parts of neurons. Here we can see first we have dendrites, then here nasal granules and rough endoplasmic reticulum. Here is the cytosol or cell body of known as perikaryon, and here is the axon which continues through the cell body. Then cells formed out of axon are known as Schwann cells in PNS, whereas in CNS these are known as oligodendrocytes. And here this is myelin sheath which is formed by Schwann cell in PNS, and myelin sheath formed in CNS is by oligodendrocytes. Then node of Ranvier where myelin sheath is absent. Then here is the axon terminal and it is a synaptic node. Synapse. The process in which axon of one neuron passes signals to dendrite of other neuron is known as synapse. This takes place with the help of other chemicals like acetylcholine, dopamine, which are called as neurotransmitters. Now let us know about arrangement of neurons in neural tissue. Here we can see a small unit which is known as axon, which is covered by myelin sheath, and each axon and myelin sheath is covered by endoneurium, whereas these all together are covered, it is known as fascicle of axons. Then these fascicle of axons are covered by perineurium and fascicle. So this is one fascicle, this is one fascicle, this is one fascicle, this is one fascicle. So this whole bundles of fascicles together are bounded and covered by epineurium. These are blood vessels and this is fascicle of axons. Now let us know about types of neurons. First is unipolar neuron. They are found in early embryos, only one axon but no dendrite. Then bipolar neurons, olfactory epithelium and retina of eye, one axon and one dendrite. Then multipolar neurons, brain and spinal cord, one axon and many dendrites. It is most common type. Then pseudo unipolar neurons, the dorsal root of ganglion of spinal cord, bipolar but looks like unipolar. Then let us know about types of nerves with respect to function. First is sensory nerve. They pass stimulus from receptor to CNS. Then motor nerve, they pass stimulus to CNS to effector organ. Then mixed nerve, they have both motor and sensory nerve. That is, all spinal nerves are mixed nerves. Now let us discuss about neuroglial cells or neuroglia. Specialized cells found in brain and spinal cord. About more than 50% cell in brain are neuroglial cells. Neuroglial cells are supporting cells of neuron. Neuroglial cells lack Nissl granules and are endodermal in origin, except microglial cells which are mesodermal. Now let us number types of neuroglial cells. First is astrocytes or macrocytes. They are large in size, found in CNS, help in repair of nerve tissues and form blood-brain barrier in brain. Oligodendrocytes or macrocytes form myelin sheet in CNS. Schwann cells or macrocytes are neurolemmocytes. They form myelin sheet in PNS. Then microglial cells, which are mesodermal in origin and help in phagocytosis. That means they kill debris and foreign material. So we have completed the lesson structural organization. Thank you.